we look at our numbers, like I'll go over my numbers right now. Closings year to date, we're down 8.24%.
Okay.
We are closed volume, and that was the transactions, number of closings. Closed volume, we're down 14%. Listings taken, we're down 7%. Closed buyers, we're up 15%.
Okay.
And then closed buyer volume, we're up 32%. So again, now with knowing us through the halfway mark, we're up actually, and I didn't write it down for the month of June. We're actually up in pendings and everything else, but not enough to be ahead of our 14% down in closed volume. But where we can make up that gap is being more aggressive with hitting the phones with sellers, right? And something I said that I made a correction on or an observation that has held true is that we refocus on expireds and making sure that as long as we make over 400 calls a day, our contact rate is over 10%.
Yep.
And guess what? Our expired appointments are up and our expired takings are back up.
Yep.
So, knowing your numbers is more important than ever. We don't like to look at them, especially when they're down, right? Because what does that do? That gets you into this negative mindset, like, fuck, man, I'm done. Yep. Like, why even call?
Right.
My numbers are down. I can't catch up to this, so might as well just go and watch some reruns a day,
or just adjust your goals. Like you didn't set a goal at the beginning of the year.
Right,
I'm just going
exactly.
to cut this in half. Like that defeats the entire purpose.
No, actually, I am up.
Right, exactly.
I'm way up from this new adjusted goal I've had. And here's the other thing too. If you're anything like me, right? When I'm down, my natural internal personal reaction is to kind of turtle up. I wouldn't say I don't like to. I struggle to push through mentally on some stuff. So when I'm getting my ass kicked, sometimes it's easier just to go sit in the corner and bleed out, right? And when you're doing that in real estate, especially if you're the breadwinner for your family or you have big plans for your finances, not just for yourself, but for the good it can do, those types of things can be debilitating for some people. So we adjust our goals. That's why we're talking about this mid-year. This is the time most people look at it and all right, we're going into Q3 and Q4, which is traditionally harder, and you haven't hit your goals in the first part of the year. So what the hell makes you think you're going to hit in the second part? And I would encourage everybody who's thinking that right now to reach out to me personally. I have no problem sharing with you what's going on for me actively right now and what kind of some of the stuff you have to do to push through to achieve that. It's not just call more people all the time, right? Some of it really is for real mindset. You got to talk yourself off the ledge 50 times a day.
100%. And a lot of that is having, I think, one of the biggest, I wouldn't say mistakes, but one of the biggest ingredients that we lack whenever we're doing our goal setting is we all talk about big whys, right? We talk about our big why. Why are we doing this? What is our vision? So on and so forth. That's only half of the equation, right? If your big why is, personal financial freedom or this big ultimate vision that you have, that's fantastic. Have that. But then define for me what it is going to take to achieve it, right? And the comparable, analysis would be, or analogy would be, I want to drive a car 500 miles an hour, right? I don't know if that's a land speed record, probably not.
No,
Seems really fast.
Is
that fast?
You go on the salt deserts of Nevada.
Kelly, can you Google that and tell me how fast anyone's ever driven a car? Anyway, right? But you don't really know how to build a car, right? So you just start tinkering and you have no plan you don't understand the necessary steps that you're going to need to take to achieve that. This is a terrible analogy, but you get what I'm saying, right? We put it in place I want to have personal financial freedom. I want to achieve these goals, blah, 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 whatever. And then at the business planning clinic or beginning of the year, whatever, we just put a goal in place. It's I want to sell 50 houses this year. Yep. We're but okay, so how does that speak on a year-by-year basis to your ultimate goal, right? What do you do with the money? What is the next step, right? How do you manage your business? Take me on the course. Take me through the roadmap of how accomplishing this gets you to step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, then ultimately the realization of your vision, right? So my big why has to do with passive income, right? And you have to reverse engineer that to go, okay, if I want this amount of passive income by this level in my life or this age or whatever, I could take the very extreme route, which gets me there in this amount of time by doing these things with my money, right? Selling this amount, putting this much away, investing it like this, and it will get me to here. I have the more reasonable, realistic route, and then I have the one that if I just screw around, hopefully I'll get there by the time I'm dead, right? Yep. And we don't make that connection. So it's really easy for us to go, I want to set this really exorbitant goal, this ridiculous, super crazy goal at the beginning of the year, and then do like you just said, adjust it down halfway through because there's no way we're going to hit it. Well, the reason that we get analysis paralysis, the reason that we want to go lie in the corner and just bleed out is because on July 4th, the 2010, the Bugatti Veyron,
Veyron.
I am not
ever going to
classy
afford one.
enough to even know how to say that.
I think it's
Aaron.
Veyron.
Reached 400. Can you give me this in miles per hour? Oh, it says it at the bottom. 431 kilometers an hour, 267.856 miles per hour. Is that the record?
I think Google's wrong. That seems
I
like that's
feel
too
like
slow.
somebody's gone faster than that in a car.
Obviously not 500.
Maybe that's production car. Anyway, where was I? But so it gets really easy to go and do what you said, go and bleed out in the corner, right? And just shut out the world and have analysis paralysis and all those types of things, because there is nothing that is tethering those day in, day out, or year in, year out, very specific goals to our greater vision, right? If we don't understand how what we're doing right now speaks directly to our ultimate vision, it's very easy for us to be like, do I really need to sell 100 houses a year? Or like, do I just need to put my food on the table and just get through this month, right?